evening, beautiful people, and welcome to Unscripted with Melissa Santillan. My guest today, for the second time, she's the only one that's been on Unscripted twice. I have Evangelina Jimenez.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on again.
Yes, of course.
Anytime there is something exciting going on in Rockford, I always like to kind of bring spotlight to it. And you definitely are a trailblazer in our community. And you have been going hard.
Period.
Since you were about 16, 17 years old.
16. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just started off like doing art shows and then grown into what it is now.
Yeah. I remember meeting you, because I don't know if everybody knows this, but you are actually a Tricoci alumni. You went to Tricoci. What year was it that you went and attended school there?
2018, 2019, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And I remember seeing you in the halls and you were just such a good vibe. And I just remember every time I had an encounter, because I was a cosmetology barber teacher. And so but when I would see you, there were a few aesthetic students that I gravitated towards. And I didn't know who you were right away. And I'm like, why does she look so familiar? Why does she? And I couldn't figure it out for the life of me until you came up to me one day.
And I was like, hey, my mom said she knows you.
Who's your mom?
Right. And you know, that's a classic Rockford conversation. Like, who's your mom?
Who's your mom? Who's your dad?
Who's your family? What's your last name?
And
no, yeah, it was definitely one of those.
And I knew you before you were even thought of, because I went to high school with your parents. And they've been rocking since high school.
True
story, right?
Yep.
True story.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was my first adult encounter with you. I remember seeing you when you were young, little shorty, and then crazy watching you grow up and watching you do all these things.
I know, so crazy.
And some of the things that you've done, because I have to bring this up, you definitely paved a way for Latinas and females in the art community. So
that was my mission.
It was your mission.
Yeah.
And
when I had first started out in the art scene, it was like 2016. There wasn't really too much of a, like, at least from my like young perspective, there wasn't too much of an art scene. It was just the beginning. And all the art shows that I was asked to be a part of or that I would attend were led by men, which that was cool and all, but there wasn't as many women artists that I would see. So I would kind of be like, dang, where the girls at? You know?
Yes.
So the first female energy that I had wasn't even called female energy. It was called the All Women's Art Show, just because I wanted it plain and simple, all women, you know? And that was a 12 artist show. And and so now.
What location did you have that at? Because we're in our 6th year now. So your first year, we have to talk about the evolution of female energy.
Yeah, well, it was at Loft 1019. If you remember Loft 1019, that was the spot for a minute.
Yes.
That was the home of the Caravan fashion shows too. That was a moment.
It was.
But yeah, so started there. The second year,
I have to give a shout out to Christian Pacheco for Caravan and Aldair.
Amin.
I'm sorry.
No.
But Aldair did your video.
The videography. It was amazing.
Yes. So it was Amin and Christian Pacheco that had this movement in Rockford.
No,
it
really was a movement.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was our first opportunity to really see like people our age do something and like really do it.
Yeah,
like, because they didn't do any of that half-assery. They were full in it.
They were 100% invested, and no expense was too high.
Yeah,
they went completely in.
Yeah, that was
and it
cool.
was high quality clothing.
We still have some. I still have some Caravan clothing.
Yeah, I'll see you rock it once in a while.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't remember where the second year was. I want to say it might have been in the same place. But the third year is when it really started popping off. That was Victory.
Where you outgrew the space and you're like, I need a bigger space.
Yeah. And so like what really popped off the capacity of vendors was the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, everybody found their niche and found like what they were good at. And all these women-owned businesses just popped out the woodworks. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, go hard, because female energy this year is going to be crazy considering all these different vendors, you know?
Yeah.
So Victory. It was pretty big. I think that it was about 40 vendors. And then the next year was at the Barn at Rockton.
I vended at the third year, I remember, and I had a braid bar.
Yeah.
I did. That was the first. That's when
there was those headshots, and they were super cute. Everybody had their little headshot right next to you.
Was it Julien that
Julien?
did?
Julien? Where's Julien at?
He's in the Shy. He's actually over there. He's doing his thing too. So
yeah.
Julien Vasquez, we love you, boo. Miss you over here in Rockford so much. You were the man.
Right.
You still are the man, and I see you. I see you. Yes, he is going hard right now. They're doing all kinds of stuff. But back to the females growing during the pandemic, I feel like it was sink or swim during that time. And a lot of women, I feel like at that time, it was just like, this has to work. We're going to figure this out. Even myself, that's when I started getting ideas to do my merchandising.
Yeah.
Because I never had time before. I was always too busy. And I was like, well, I'm not busy now.
And that's when we did that one live thing with
Cheeseman
Zoe.
19. Zoe Hood. We miss you, boo.
Yeah, yes. That was a moment for real.
It was.
But there was that like I was pregnant during that time.
You were.
That just like goes to show like how hard everybody was going. Like we were like, the grind don't stop, you know.
That put the little COVID-19 bird in my ear about podcasting.
Yeah.
So that's
because that was our little live thing.
My set was my living room, you guys.
What? And we used that set too. We were sitting there with our 3 little chairs.
We did, and we just did. I think it was like live questions we were taking, and we were just chatting about what was going on and how we were dealing with the pandemic. It was a good time, and I felt like it was necessary because there was nothing going on. We were all trapped in the house,
and especially because that specific topic, we were talking about the beauty industry, and me, you, and Zoe all were like kind of going through it, like just having to deal with what the heck we were gonna do, you know.
You were about to be a new mom. I was a mom homeschooling.
Right. Man, oh my gosh, homeschooling.
It was a struggle.
Oh baby Jesus.
And I had 2 of them. I had to separate in different rooms, and then I had to make sure they weren't playing Minecraft while they were supposed to be in school.
Heck no.
My boys are something else. They're good boys, but needless to say, they're boys.
Right. No, I feel like that. That's funny.
And so after we had Victory, because we talked about this a little while ago, Victory had like a whole stage.
Yeah.
Where that kind of gave you idea for performances.
Performances, definitely. Yeah, Victory is still a really good venue for things like that, where if you're having vendors and performances, especially because the stage is already built in there.
Yes.
All the people who have curated events in the past or even now know that stages are an investment.
A big investment. They're a big
chunk. Who trying to sponsor this stage?
Man, them stages are no joke.
Right.
And then especially if you want a certain type of stage.
Yeah, right.
Like how high
or how much space you need. Yeah. But that year we had Aaliyah perform. Aaliyah's coming back this year for Female Energy. I know, so
Aaliyah
excited.
Nicole.
Right, she's double mom duty now. So you know she's really doing her thing, diving right back into the dance scene.
And she looks good after. You do not look like
surprised.
You had no baby.
That girl always looks good.
She like bounced back.
No, literally like her first baby, boom, bounce back. And then she got back into her dance stuff, you know, and like I just admire how she was still dancing when she was pregnant.
She was.
Popped that baby out and she's back in it again. So that's my girl though. That's some real dedication.
She is. I've worked with Aaliyah several times over the years, and she's just like a great person, a great spirit,
she's
a beautiful
energy.
Woman. Yes, just wonderful energy.
Yeah, she's female a real energy. One. Yeah, female energy. Exactly. Energy. Yeah, she's a real one though. Yeah, so we also have Lizzie performing. It's our first year having Lizzie perform. I'm super excited for that because Lizzie is such a unique and inspirational person in the music community right now. She's definitely, you know, she's paving her own way. You know, the adult prom thing, I had seen that she had did.
That was a dope idea.
That was a good idea. Yeah. Like a lot of people came out to that from what I had seen. So that's really cool. And then we have Charise performing as well. Charise is a singer and songwriter. So she's pretty active in her community too. So it's cool to see all these women who are, you know, doing their thing separately come together for Female Energy and to represent.
Charise, I have actually seen grow as an artist also, because I saw when she first came out, and then I watched her develop herself and her make videos and her photo shoots, and she's Tricoci alumni too, just in case you guys don't know. She has an aesthetics license.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she's still doing aesthetics too.
Yeah, that I feel like the beauty industry is a great resource for women. It's a great industry for women to be in, because you can make your own hours. You can still attend to your family.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different avenues you can get yourself into.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of craziness just happening in the world like recently to affect our businesses, like just the consistency and everything. So the people who are still going deserve a round of applause, because that shit is hard.
Yes.
It really is.
I'm like, which one is my round of applause? I think it is. It's not on. I was going to hit the round of applause.
Which one's a round of applause? We need it. We need the gunshots too.
The orange one. Is it? Let's see. There we go. He saved the day. Yes. Because the pandemic still is affecting some of our businesses.
Yeah, no.
You know, a lot of people don't want to go back to work. A lot of people don't see the need to go back to work. And that might all change soon. Yeah. I just interviewed Maurice West, and he was just saying there's going to be a lot of changes coming up this year.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you are going to have to, unfortunately, go back to work, people.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And all of these employers and all these companies looking to invest into Rockford, because that's what we need. We have all these new projects happening, all these new things coming to Rockford, but we need a workforce.
Workers, yeah. Yep.
Even in the shop. We struggle finding barbers, licensed barbers. And I'm not throwing no shade at anybody, but I need licensed people to come and work at the shop that we're at. And unfortunately, you know, there's a high percentage of people that are unlicensed that are in this that are doing services in
But you know,
this area.
you know what I do also want to say, like in the same thought of that, is that because I mean, for the most part, from what I understand, like some beauty licenses take less money to invest in, like school wise and all that, so the state won't fund it. So like, for example, for nails, there's so many unlicensed people, because, and I mean, you know, $4,000 is a lot of money, but it's something that you can put up if you're consistently taking nail clients.
Nails and braiding is another.
You know. And cosmetology, that license is a serious investment of time and money.
It is.
But you know, if you plan to do it forever, or you know, you plan to do it for a long time, either way. Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard too. I mean, having the salon, like, you know, as of 2022.
Yeah, because
I'm technically a salon owner.
You are. So you opened up Indigo.
Yes.
In the downtown area, and then relocated, and now you're on Alpine. You're actually down the road from us.
I know. Yeah, for real.
So,
we're neighbors.
We are.
But with that being said, you know, we just had our grand opening last weekend.
Yes.
Because of the fact that it took me up until now to get it fully having as many service providers as possible that are licensed, you know, like, or just like on their way to get licensed, certified, all those things. Because it's like, there's so many people that are doing services, but they would rather work out their house, or they're not licensed, so they can't work in a salon. Yeah. Things like that, you know, it's like, it's disappointing because there's so much talent out here right now.
Rockford has a huge amount of talent. And I think too, I'm going to bring up my show coming up also, the 815 Showdown. I know when we had it 6 years ago, our very first one, you were a part of that also. And, and that's when you were selling your indigo jewelry line.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. And so, and I remember the whole crew was out there, right? Everybody. We had RKFD out there. Balta was out there. Buddah was out there. We had Vic out there doing the breakdancing battle. Jenny Mathews was doing live art. And I just remember it, like the whole crew, it's like full circle. Like we all still like rock with each other too.
Yeah, facts.
But when we had that first event, it was to bring awareness to all of the programs that we have, because we had been standing for years, and a lot of people still, they're like, Tricoci? We have a Tricoci here?
Yeah.
So we were like, let's have this barber and beauty battle. And we still are the only Tricoci that has had a battle at the campus.
Really?
I'm surprised that the other campuses haven't.
There's a lot of campuses. I'm really surprised they're not.
16.
Oh wow.
16. So I'm sure that will happen. We've had the other campuses collab with us where they've been a part of our show. So we can't say that they weren't a part of it. They were a part of it, but we host in Rockford.
Yeah, no.
And
right.
we've had it for several years. It had a different name at the time. But now it is named 815 Showdown. And when we brought that awareness, I noticed after that we had a high enrollment rate because people were like, I didn't know that there were these programs. I didn't know that I could get financial aid. I didn't. So we had booths there we had people chatting with potential students and telling them about the programs, and they were meeting our students because they were helping us with the event. They were in the competition, and they got to see what they were learning in school.
Right. Yep. And so, Gabriella was in that one too.
She was. Yeah, yes, she was.
So that was cool for them to be able to see like what progression you can make after you get the license and everything like that. Because at the time, I think she was already an alumni.
She was an alumni. She had graduated maybe like a year or two prior. So we actually had her come as a judge.
Oh wow! Yeah,
she was actually a judge. Yeah. Beauty Boss.
Miss Beauty Boss.
Miss Beauty Boss. Had to give her a shout out. She's definitely has been creating waves since she graduated. When she left the school, she already had the entrepreneur mindset. Yeah. And she built her brand and did it well. So congratulations, babe. Yes. And now our new location for Female Energy. So
this is our second year at the IBW Hall.
Yes.
Yeah, the perfect location, right off the corner of State and Perryville. Parking, everything's perfect. So I love it there. They've been really cool with having Female Energy there. There's been a lot of other events that have happened. Like after they came and seen like what we did with the space, they were like, "Oh, yep."
Because you got creative with the space.
We had to use it with the full potential.
and I saw you did. Like I remember when I pulled up last year to it. Because I was just there in attendance to support.
I remember.
And when I pulled up, I was like, there's a whole line of food trucks. Good. I don't know what to eat. I'm like looking like you had like a food truck thing going on there.
Yeah. So there's a full food truck lineup. This year we have TNT's Cooking Creations, which I'm so excited for because let me say, I've been working out in Chicago for the past 4 months. So I've been like pretty much living out there part-time. Yeah. And every Friday I'm out there, and every Friday City Market happens, and that's when the soul food truck is down there.
So you miss it.
So I miss it. So I'm so excited to have them there this year. We have Tepan Express. I'm pretty sure it's a newer one.
Yes.
So Japanese food, I want to say. Excuse me if I got that wrong. Wepa.
Hey. Christina Perez.
Christina's coming back. She's come back for her second year.
Yes.
She was a part of 2 years ago.
When we were at the barn, and I remember she sold out.
She sold out so quick. That's when I knew that I had to make a food truck lineup, because I was like, oh hell no, this one food truck sold out within 3 hours.
And who could have guesstimated that she was gonna sell out in 2 hours?
No, yeah. So let me think, who else? La Chucheria. She was a part of last year. She has amazing snacks. That's like the perfect little snacky snack. And there's one more. The Iron Salamander.
I've never eaten there before. The other ones I have.
Okay, so I'm friends with Anastasia Johnson. She's been really helping me with Female Energy for like the past 2 or 3 years. Yeah. But this is her best friend's food truck. Her and her husband own it. And the husband has like all types of cool credentials as a chef. So, he decided to open up his own food truck and make like a elevated experience to American classics. That's what we have on the flyer. So it's so cute. I'm so excited. I'm going to have to wear a stretchy outfit because
we're gonna wear stretchy pants to the Female Energy. Y'all take notes.
If you guys see me in a big t-shirt,
mind your business.
Mind your business. Okay. We're clearly cozy girls over here.
We're trying to taste test every food truck this year.
Right. No, seriously though.
Whoever you had last year for the tamales too, they were
Angie's Tamales. She's coming back this year too. Or no. We had a different tamale stand, but this year Angie's Tamales.
It's Angie's Tamales. Yeah.
Yeah, she's you'll find her at the City Market most of the time, every Friday too. But yeah, so I'm super excited. There's all types of little snack vendors. Moonlight by Alexandra. She's doing like all the chocolate covered strawberries and snacks. Heather Sweets.
She was a part of the show last year and the year prior. Yes. I remember she had all the real pretty snacks
with the floral wall behind her.
How creative that was for a vendor display.
I know, and that's why I love female energy, because these girls they be
coming out hard. Yeah,
coming hard.
They do, and not only that, you don't just have regular vendors. You have vendors that are artists. You have vendors that are crafters. You have so you have like a variety of vendors joining.
That's a big thing to me. Like often like I have to turn people down because there's already 20 jewelry vendors or whatever, like things like that. Like I try to make it so that there is a little bit of everything, because I know like sometimes when I go to events that are similar to what we do at Female Energy, it's like if there's like 50 jewelry vendors and there's only 70 vendors,
the jewelry vendors are not going to be very successful.
Yeah, and that's a big part too.
That is a huge part of having events.
It's a double-sided thing. Like, one, do you want your attendees to get sick of, we're walking and
like I saw 20 jewelry vendors. Yeah, they're all selling the same kind of bracelet.
Yeah, right. Like, but also like same thing with like food trucks. Like that's why we have such a wide variety of food trucks, because
you don't need 10 taco trucks.
Yeah,
you don't need 10 taco trucks. You don't need.
Then they're all in competition with
5 people selling egg rolls.
The same thing, So I'm really proud of myself for how like I've learned what people like about female energy.
Yes.
And I'm really excited for everyone to see what is happening this year.
I would say it's the arts, the entertainment, the variety.
Yep.
Definitely.
The entertainment.
Yeah.
Like photo booths have really become a thing too.
Oh yeah. The 360 photo booth.
The 360 photo booth. We have like a photo pop-up by Tanya Medina. She did our pop-ups last year
where she has those cool backgrounds, like the 90s backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so dope.
Yeah, all types of backgrounds. I don't know what she's doing this year. We made a mood board for Female Energy this year, so that way attendees and vendors could kind of get a vibe of like what the decorations are going to look like. And so she's going based off of that. And then I think we might have one more photo op, but I think that's about it. We have like 3. But either way, super fun. And super exciting.
I have to bring up too, in the midst of all of this, you're still a mom. So
my babe.
I like her. Bringing this up because when I see people as busy as you are, because you have your business, you have your show, you have your daughter, you have your mans. Finding balance in all of this sometimes can be challenging.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. It's it's not hard, but it's a challenge to like figure out what really needs my energy in that moment, Yeah. I will say that like Shaquille, he's a great dad. Like,
oh my goodness.
Like seriously, like if like he's a great dad. I have no complaints about like anything that has to do with Simone. Like Simone is taken care of. That girl, I don't have to worry about her. If I'm busy working, I know for a fact that my family is coming through for her,
Oh yeah.
So
you got your whole family's on board. Yeah, completely.
Yeah. And we keep it like grandparents, like she's like real close with her grandparents, and I'm real close. I was really close with my grandparents, so that is a big thing to me. They've really helped my parents out when they were young doing their thing. So motherhood is really hard, and it honestly like it's a big thing because I have mom guilt like a mom. Like
I get it too. Like, I'm doing great in my business, but am I neglecting home?
Yeah.
And I never want to feel like that.
No.
I'm like,
no. Because
but then I have to reel it back in. Everything I do is for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I do make them a part of it because I know you've seen me at events and my kids go with me. They help me with setup, tear down.
Yeah.
Go get mommy some food.
Okay. I know. I'm waiting for Simone to be a little bit more like, she's mobile, but a little bit more like, I don't know, grown to be able to help me with stuff like that.
Jacob and Benny Barbosa, you boys are the absolute best. And I have to give a shout out to my son, Chris Barbosa, too, because he's part of my family team that helps me get by and make things easier for me so I don't have that extreme mom guilt.
Yeah, no, and that's, I seen Chris myself step hard for his brothers and his daughter. And his
my Bella, she is such a daddy's girl.
She is so cute. I seen her at the Domingos en el Parque. Yeah. Like, she was just having the blast. Had a little dress on.
Girl, she came dressed up because I told her I wanted her to see the Folklorico dancers, right? And I'm signing her up for classes this week, actually, because if I'm going to get her into something, I want her to learn her own culture. Yeah. And I want her to be performing at places I'm probably going to be at anyway, to be honest.
No, right.
She wanted to rush the stage and go dance with, because I told her she was going to be dancing with them soon. And
she was like, let's go.
Well, is it my turn, Nana? I'm like, no, it's not your turn, baby. You have to sit down. And she's like, you told me that I could dance.
Right. She said, you see this fit I got on? I'm trying to get up there. And
she's like, I even did my hair, everything. When I seen Shaquille and Simone at the South Main Mercado, because that was a great event.
Oh, I missed that one, which I was really sad about because I'm a Southside baby, you know?
Yeah, so I know you are. I know you are. But Shaquille and Simone came to represent your family. And of course, when he comes, he came up to my booth. I go up and say hello to him and I give him a hug. And she's got you. She's like, who are you? And I know she knows who I am. Why are you hugging my daddy? She gave me the look of death, girl.
She said it.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I got something for you, baby. And I put a little Bonita shirt in there because I wanted her to match you.
Right.
And I'm like, here, look, you don't remember me? And she looked at me and she smiled at me. She was like, yeah, okay.
It's all good now.
But she was looking at me like, don't be hugging my daddy.
She wouldn't even let me hug her dad. I'll be giving him a little, hey, how you doing? She's like, don't touch my daddy. She'll literally say that. She'll be like, don't touch my daddy.
He told me that if you guys are watching TV, she has to sit right in the middle.
Yeah, she'll sit in between us.
Just to make sure.
Yeah. She don't want
that that's her daddy.
Right, I know. She'll be like, that's my daddy. I'm like, okay, that's your daddy, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, Simone, she's funny. She's a character. That girl is going to grow up to be something special, that's for sure. Cause
she's going to definitely be a force to be reckoned with.
She already is.
I know she is. And how old is Simone?
She just turned 3.
Ooh, yes.
She's spicy.
Yes, she is.
She's spicy. But I love that for her.
She's Sheila the Audible spicy.
Okay, I know. But that's like a big thing is like empowering her to have her voice because sometimes I get like I don't know if I should say that. But girl, say it. That's how you feel. Say it.
That's how you feel. Yeah. You know what though? Sometimes Bella says things, and I'm just like, oh.
Like what? Use an example.
She's a very complimenting child where she's like, oh, I like your shirt. It has pink in it. And oh, your hair, you have orange hair. And oh, Nana's hair is red. But then she'll say things like, why are your teeth so big? And I'm looking at her like, Bella. And, I'm like, Bella, what are you talking about? Well, and she'll look at me like, oh, I just noticed something about that person.
Like,
so
what?
I'm just
asking.
I'm just asking why, because I don't understand why.
And Simone, the other day, we were swimming or whatever, changing after. And she was like, looking at me and she was like, I like your belly. I said,
she put you on blast. Like,
and then I was like, well,
it's there
she
because
did
of
say
you.
She liked it. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I was like, well, at least she didn't like say anything mean. The hell,
not all of us bounce back like Aaliyah.
No, oh God, for real. I know. Dang, it's okay though. One day I'm gonna get in the gym. Nah, I've been good at being slightly consistent in the gym, but that's another thing that everybody needs a round of applause for is if you're consistent in the gym. Listen, that is a rewarding and good thing to do.
I've just embraced my plus size body.
Okay, period.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so. Well, I don't even care. My little mom belly, I don't care.
The little fupa area, whatever, it's there.
Right. I can cook. We earn this. That's what the stomach is here for. The hell, I can cook.
Honestly, there's sometimes I wish I had more time to cook.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm so busy all the time. Mm-hmm. But when I do,
then flautas. I had those flautas, girl.
And I absolutely love to cook for my family. Yeah. And I don't know how to cook small. Mm-hmm, yeah. I'm used to cooking for. Well, I got like 6 people in my house. Right. So like, when I cook big.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And But I'm very blessed. My family holds it down, and Chris helps make dinners, and Jacob is starting to get old enough where he can be like, oh, I can make some macaroni and cheese for me and Benny. Yeah. So he helps out a lot. So like we said, that family being some of our backbone to just help us and just be a part of the growth. So I couldn't do it without my family. My mom, shout out moms.
Right. Yeah.
She's a great one too. My sister, my brother, everybody. So
yeah, no facts. Yeah. Like you can't do anything without family. Mm-mm.
Yeah, your little sisters are growing up.
It's so crazy you said that. I was literally just having that thought.
Because I saw them when they were and then I seen them. I'm like, you guys are young ladies now.
My little sister is going to be a part of Female Energy this year.
She is?
And she's been a part of Female Energy in the past, but it was very like before she really knew herself as an artist, I feel like. Yeah. So actually, today is her birthday, so shout out lil sis. Happy birthday. Real sweet 16 vibes.
Is she 16 today?
Yeah, she just turned 16 today. So that's where I'm going after this. Getting a little head start on the day.
We have to toast. She brought in some mimosas, and we have to toast for the 6th year of Female Energy.
This podcast is not sponsored by Bel Air, but it should be.
Just saying.
Just saying.
You can message us, Bel Air. Yeah. So drink
6
to that.
years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Lil Sis, she's an amazing artist. She does really good at realism. I'm not really good at realism, but I say that to say that within the next 2 years, she wants to become a tattoo artist. And so she's going to start taking tattoo apprenticeship classes with Destiny, who is our house tattoo artist at Indigo. And yeah, so I'm really excited for her.
So is she going to start with so is Destiny a full tattoo artist, or does she just do fine line tattoos?
No.
She does everything.
That girl is an artista. Like she is wow. I have this big old one on my hip that she did, and it's of a Bratz doll with a little like compact mirror open looking at herself like
I see you being a whole Bratz doll
girl. I know you see my salon. If you haven't seen the Indigo salon logo or at all, like it's Bratz vibes AF. Like the whole salon is pretty much like based on like what my bedroom would look like as a teenager.
As a teenager, yes.
Yeah, but
it's the bedroom that you dreamed of.
Make it cute and classy.
Yeah, and like no shade towards the Barbie movie, but I feel like me and you definitely channel more Bratz dolls than Barbies.
That's why I told Shaquille. I was like, yeah, Barbies are cute or whatever, but it's the Bratz for me. Like I remember growing up and like my tias looked just like the Bratz dolls. So I used to be like, oh.
Kind of had that chola vibe. Yeah, they do. They kind of got like a low key chola vibe.
No, they do. Big facts. I know you've seen those eyebrows on them.
Yes.
The eyeliner wings.
Those wings, and them brows definitely make it feel chola. And even the way that they dress. I just seen Daisy Avila, shout out to you, babe. She, you know how she makes like the cartoon characters? Yeah. She did one and it was like a Bratz style chola. So that's what made me, I don't know if you've seen her post it the other day. It was like last week.
Sinaida?
Yes.
I think it was like or maybe this is a different one, but I know she did like a picture of that Sinaida had took and like turn it into pretty much like a little Bratz doll. That's so cute. I love Daisy.
I know.
She's so talented. I love her.
She is. I've done so many projects with her over the year and we have so many planned.
Yeah. Right. I know. Yeah. Yep. I know. Daisy was a part of Indigo as well for like the first 6-7 months, I want to say. And it was, at the new location. She's been with me since...
She was at the old location too.
Yeah. But either way, I'm so sad that she left. But like that's the thing about the service industry too, is that you become friends with these people, and me and her are like sisters, you know, and so it's like for her to have left, she really went and did exactly what she was like dreaming of, which is having her own little room, She has her own little space and she's really doing her thing lately. So I'm proud of her.
That's amazing. And that shows women supporting women, where you can be like, when someone is ready to grow, you got to clap for them.
Yeah, you can't take it personal.
No, you can't. If they're ready to grow and they're ready to go in their own direction, you have to want that for people.
Yeah,
you know what seriously. I mean? Like,
especially if you love them, So I felt that.
I feel that so much, and I connect with that because me as an educator, I feel like that's what I do. Like I never look at like, oh, this person exceeded me. If they were a student of mine and they're doing their thing,
right,
man, I'm the biggest cheerleader in the background, you know,
seriously.
or I'm like, what do you need from me? How can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm always trying to support everybody.
And I think that naturally, just because the service industry is a competitive thing in general, like, it's natural to be like, damn, she's doing her thing. Like, you know, but also it's like, that's where you have to make the adult decision. Like, do I feel resentment towards it, or do I feel proud of that person? Yes. And people struggle with that in Rockford. I was going to bring that up. Like the shade or the, whatever they call it, beef between different industries or like you hear about it and you see it on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to not take it personal, because I've had it come towards me, and I'm sure you've had it come towards you. And you dust it off and you keep going. You can't, seriously. Like you said, you can't take stuff personal. Yeah. You look at all of like the people that like the beauty industry in general looks up to, like, this is a big example, but like, for example, Kim Kardashian, you know, people say shit about her all the time. And what do you see her doing? She's a whole bunch of nothing. She does not address that at all, you know, because that's just how you gracefully move through things. Like, people have made so many like funny things or have said so many funny things in general. Just, you know, being somebody who is determined and on their shit. Yeah. Like, you're going to have people that don't like that, but you just gotta handle it with grace. You do. Always. You always handle it with grace. You always remember, be a lady first. Yeah, be a lady first. Yeah, be a lady first. Especially because at the end of the day, be a lady so you can be considered a legend. Right. Period. Yes. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. No, but yeah, you know, like, just the shade, it's always just way better just to like let it go, because unless someone's like really, really trying to deteriorate your character, then, you know, just let it go. That's how I always tell the people that I know. I don't, negative stuff like that, my energy's not welcoming to that. No. So if it's not positive, stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. Right. And, you know, me and God, we're like this. Yes. And I'll be like, you know what? You have to thank the man first. I'm gonna let you handle that. You got to thank the man first. If I handle it, I might get myself in trouble, because Lord knows I have a mouth on me. Yeah. Lord knows I'm a little hothead sometimes. So naturally, I would like to not handle those situations with grace. But like you said, lady, legend, got to be graceful. What I've learned too is no reaction sometimes is the best reaction. Yep. It is. Facts. Yeah, it is. I've lived by that for years. Yeah, no, seriously. And it's not going to detour me. It's not going to detour you. No. I'm still going to continue to grow. And I think what people don't understand too about being an entrepreneur is it's a lot of trial and error. We make mistakes. Roller coaster vibes. So people only want to congratulate you when they see you winning. But they don't see the behind the scenes and the things that you go through. You're like, damn, I had a huge loss. Yeah. Or, you know, this and this and this happened. This was said. This was done. I fell down, scraped my knees, busted my forehead, and I had to get back up and keep going. Right, exactly. You know, and I had to dust off and act like nothing happened. Yeah, that's true. You know, because you have to portray the character that you want people to see. You know, and I think people feel like they know you from social media. Don't get me started. Yeah. So when they see you though, they feel like they know you, like they're connected to you, and you're just like, we're just friends on Facebook. I don't really know who you are. Right. But I'm accepting to it. You know, like I'm very accepting to it. Like I always talk to, you know, people who could be potential clients, people who could do events with, different artists, you know. So I'm very welcoming. I am a very approachable person. Right. But, you know, if I'm in my house shoes at all these, you know, with the kids, like, don't come at me weird, bro. Please don't come at me weird. Yeah. I'm trying to just get dinner. That's true. No, and seriously. Sometimes, you know, I'm not prepared. You know, like, how can you be on all the time? No. Do you know what I mean? Like, no. You don't want to feel like you're on. For real. Some days, like, I will take my contacts out and I will just go with the vibe, because if I don't have my contacts in, I can't see anything. And I would, because when I can see, I see people that I know everywhere that I freaking go. Yeah. So I'm like, otherwise you're hey, you know. Yeah. It's exhausting sometimes though, and like I feel like maybe that's privileged to say in a way, because like of course, like I'm so thankful that everybody knows like what I do, and like they know me for doing this and that and blah blah blah.
You're a huge influence in
Sometimes
our community, and that's undeniable.
Yeah,
undeniable.
Yeah,
as an artist, as a woman, as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So you definitely made especially women see, or even I don't even want to say women, young people see, because people don't realize how young you are. And I hate to bring up age, because age ain't nothing but a number. Age ain't nothing but a number.
I'm just 25, guys.
So just 25 and all of these accomplishments, you've taken on a lot of things that people that are twice your age wouldn't be able to handle. Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
believe me, I know what you're saying.
And I have to applaud that, just because not everybody can handle the type of load that you've been given.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's I could not do it without everybody else. You know, like I'm just the messenger. You know, so it's been hard, but it's all been worth it. Every single second of it has been worth it. So I'm blessed to be able to be like, yeah, I have a salon and I do female energy and I get to work out in Chicago and I get to have this cool ass little family life too. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I really am blessed though. It's an understatement, because I have everything that I asked for. You know, I really can't complain.
I've learned too, like when you're at work, you're at work. But when you're home, be at home and don't be at work.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it is hard, like how we were talking about balancing that earlier, because okay, boom, I'm not at work anymore, I'm at home. But shoot, I gotta make a flyer for this.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I post my openings this week, because half of the beauty industry is being present on the socials, you know, and like all those things. So yeah.
Even running social media is a whole job.
It's a job.
And
people, it's a literal
you do all
job.
your social media. I do all my social media.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's a beast in its own.
To say the least.
And learning to be consistent. Like you said, like the consistency of making posts, putting up stories.
Right.
Keeping people connected, running different pages.
Right. No, seriously. If I open my Instagram, like, let me look at this right now. If I open my Instagram,
how many messages do you
have? Not even the messages. Look, I'm gonna go to all my accounts. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts. Are you kidding me? I mean, one of those are my Finsta, but that's it. Yeah. You know, so still 4 business accounts. That's a lot.
Yeah, and then because I know your Facebook, Instagram. Do you TikTok?
Yeah, actually, I'm TikTok famous. Yeah.
Hey,
no, I had a few TikToks blow up, and it was really cool. Like,
I have to jump on that board. Do you do it for nails? Do you do it for your
nails,
store?
Okay, yeah, that's what it's all about.
You know what I've noticed when you make reels or TikToks, people love to see the in the works, like while you're working.
Progress ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like what a lot of the ones that have popped off were like little progress TikToks. Like right now I have 255,000 likes in total, like on all my TikToks. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. But that's a lot of likes. Like what? The one that had popped off was I had did like a little like, this is our salon at our salon out in Chicago. I work at Tips 312.
Okay.
So the first week that we opened up, I made like a little introductory reel, and it popped the salon off. Our first like 4 weeks got booked up like that. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people work in that nail salon with you?
It's always changing, because we're like trying to seed through and find the best techs.
Trying to fit the pieces
together? Trying to fit the pieces together.
That's what we're doing at Wolves Den too.
Yep. But as of right now, I think there's 4. So all 4 of us, we stay busy, or I think 5 maybe, but we stay busy out there, especially because the girlies, you know, Rockford should really not complain about prices, about anything. Because I see often people are complaining about prices. Yeah. People pay for like $200 for a full set out in Chicago.
I bet they do, and no questions asked.
No questions asked at all.
Because
a lot
20% of it is art.
Yeah, no,
like
seriously.
You have to think. We are artists, nail technicians, esthees, barbers, beauty, and for years, I feel like we might have been overlooked in Rockford. I don't think in bigger cities, but we were overlooked that we were artists, and we're starting to make waves now where they're recognizing us as a valuable part of the art community.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So I'm really excited for this, to see more live art, to see more projects happen where we can all be included in this.
Yeah, that's another thing that I want to say about female energy. We have a live mural happening.
You do?
Yes, to the left of the stage. So when you go and you find the little stage,
excited.
Melinda Cook. This is my first time working with Melinda.
You were looking for a female muralist. I seen your post.
Yeah, so I looked through all her work. It fits the vibe perfectly. So she's gonna do something like that, and then it'll become a photo op by like the early morning, midday.
Yeah.
So then people can take pictures with it and all that good stuff. I'm super excited. There's just so many things that female energy is gonna offer this year.
I know.
7 days.
Last year, it was fun to like, you started one area of the room and literally just make your way through and visit. And I tried to make it to every single booth. Yeah. And at least, if I wasn't making a purchase, just talk to them, take a card.
Grab a business card. Yeah.
Grab a business card. Because, like maybe whose cards are where you can jump in and buy something from every single booth. You have how many vendors? How many do you have? Because you have them indoor and outdoor.
I think it's about 86 right now.
Wow. That is mind-boggling. 86 female vendors, and they're all from the local area.
Yep, but some of them are traveling. Some of them are traveling.
Are they
Chicago, really? Iowa, Wisconsin, all over Wisconsin. Yeah.
This is borderline giving me vibes. And I don't even remember if you remember this, but when we had Waterfront, we used to I seen you made the
Waterfront. R.I.P.
Maybe we'll never have a event called the Waterfront again, but that kind of gives me vibes. There's performances. Even though it's on a smaller, because Waterfront was like its own beast.
Next year we're having festival rides. Not just like
we need a whole carnival.
Right, we need a carnival.
We need the little thing where the kids can pull the ducks out, and we need where you pop the balloons and all that stuff.
And I need you to make it pink.
Everything pink. Bratz vibes.
Right. No, for real.
But like having that many vendors, I can't think of any other event that has had that many vendors, except maybe the Think Big Expo that happened a few years ago.
It happened a few years ago?
Was it last year or was it the year before or something?
I don't know.
Like
I think they have it.
They have flyers going on again.
They have another one happening the day before Female Energy this year. But even the Urban Farm Girl, the ones that happen at the Boone County Fairgrounds, those vendor expos are huge.
At Boone County?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Urban Farm Girl, that's somebody that I looked up to event wise for a while. She does everything outdoor, or they do everything outdoor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I don't want to say it's all women, but it's a big vendor thing. But
I've never been to that.
It's a different niche. It's like, I don't know how to explain.
So Boone County that's close to Belvedere, right? So they have it in the Boone County Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I have been there before to the Boone County Fair.
Yeah.
And I know they have different types of vendors there, but like this is different than, I guess, a fair.
I explain this more as a festival.
Yes, that's what I mean. You're more of a festival, not a fair.
Festival. Yeah. We're celebrating all day. We have like a little cash bar open this year, so there's gonna be signature drinks, all like female energy inspired.
I remember your bartender last year. We had so much fun with him. It was a guy that was standing there, and he didn't know how to like chamoy the rim and do.
I'm dead. So he was like,
we're like, do you know how to make palomas? And he's like, a what? I was like, here, let me show you. And I jumped back there. I was reliving my Guadalajara days, you guys. I jumped back there and I showed him how to make one. And then after that, I seen him. He's making 4 at a time.
Oh my God. He's like, yeah, we can get this done real quick.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you tell people paloma and they'll,
go nuts. Yeah, this year we're going to have a little menu out there. So that way there'll be 3 drink options. One of them will be paloma, but it will be called something cute.
I know you always have cute names for all of your drink menus. Anytime I've been to an event with you, you always have like a vibe with your drink menu.
Yeah. My first solo art show actually happened here at Test Site.
It did in this location.
Yeah. It happened
in the lower level.
Downstairs in the lower level. We had District pop up as a cash bar, and there was like 3 different types of drinks, and everybody was like, that is such a good idea. Like, you know, so they had like little sparkles in them and stuff.
What were the names of your drinks? I'm trying to remember, because
one of them was Indigo. The Indigo was a Hennessy drink, because at the time I was a Hennessy drinker.
Yeah. It was Hennessy and Coke, right?
Yeah.
And so it was, I remember the Indigo, and then you had like another drink or two.
Yeah. There was like a Paloma. I think it was called the Scorpio, because it was during Scorpio season. And then the other one, I forgot what it was called, but there's a crazy story behind the name of that one. I don't know if it should be shared on the internet, so I'm just gonna...
We're gonna pass on that. We're gonna pass.
That's the only memory I have of that drink menu. But
yeah,
but no, we're gonna make cute drink menus this year. It's gonna be cute.
I remember that because I was here at the solo art installation, and you had all of your work at that time displayed. Aww. Even some of your paintings that were sold, people let you put them up and display them.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a good.
And that was your first solo installation.
That's back when I made art.
Was that the first time you curated an art show, or had you done a few by then?
No, that was after the first Female Energy. So that was October 2019. So I'm pretty sure that was the second year of Female Energy. Yes. I want to say. But yeah, it turned out really cool too. Like that's a big space downstairs, and it was filled. Like there, you know, we had this was before me and Shaquille were together. So
I know,
this is so funny.
But he performed.
He performed. Him and Gabe performed. Yes. And I had asked Gabe to perform, and I had I'm so crazy. I had a grant from Rockford Arts Council.
I remember
they gave
that.
me $333.
Yep.
And I was like, Gabe, what's up? Like, I'll pay you to perform. And I was listening to Gabe's music, and I was like, oh, like whoever this is, like have him perform too. I'll pay him too, whatever. So yeah, that was the first time that like we ever like had like a little meeting. It was funny.
Yes. Shout out to Gabe.
Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Shaquille.
And of course Shaquille. And that's crazy how things come full circle. And now you two are together. You guys have a family. It's apparent that y'all were destined to cross paths.
Yes, we were definitely meant to cross paths, you know, for sure.
You guys kept I noticed over the years, because it's like you guys kept being placed in front of each other.
Yeah, you know, and like that's why it was kind of undeniable at one point. Like I was just kind of like, all right,
you
like,
can't ignore it after
you know,
that.
Like,
you're just
what's going on with you? Why you keep popping up in my life?
Yeah. It's
so
like,
you know,
every time I'm here, you're here, or you're around the same crew I'm with.
Right.
Yeah. So oh, I love you guys together though. You guys are great parents, and I just I love seeing the love. So definitely. So let's go ahead and do the rundown of Female Energy. The date, the location, and the time. That way everybody has it very clear. And then at the end, if we have a flyer, I can get my guys to put it up at the end of the show.
Yep.
And I'll send it to them right now.
Flyer. Okay, sounds good to me. Okay. So August 6th, Female Energy. You do not want to miss out on it. 6820 Mill Road. You can't miss it. Once you hit that little area, it is right around that bend by like Spider Sushi. Vendors, bouncy houses, live music, DJ, photo ops, everything. So don't miss it. It's gonna be a good one this year.
And the time?
11 to 5. 11. It might go a little bit later, maybe like to 6, just depending on how busy it is. But
I'm sure it'll go till 6.
I'm sure it will. Unofficially until 6 p.m. But yeah, so it's gonna be a good one this year.
You know how most people do the CPT, so they'll 11 everyone
right. So. I know. I have to be on my vendors and I said be set up by 10:30.
Yeah.
Because last year we had people lined up out the door. The first 100 people get a gift bag this year, and it has a whole bunch of goodies.
Tricoci is sponsoring and doing Dermalogica samples, and I'll be there, and I have a booth there where I'll be chatting with you guys about our programs and any questions you have about the industry. We will have a small display of Dermalogica samples since we are sponsoring Dermalogica samples for you and your first 100 guests.
Yes, yep. I'm so excited. The magazine's going to be such a good little treat bag. I'm like, I'm going to have to take one of these for myself this year. I'm going to have to make 101 bags.
Who else are sponsoring the bags? Like, what other goodies can we be looking for?
Big shout out to Whisper Studios, Miss Tony. She helped us make our first magazine this year. So the magazine, so the magazine, it's like it's a little stack, but a bunch of coupons and like exclusive promotions and flyers for just the female energy guests.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good thing. Like, I'm super excited. And then there's gonna be Lover's Lane.
People can pick up the pamphlet and go around and use these coupons at different vendor spots.
Yes, yeah. So, so there's coupons. There's going to be a huge vendor map when people walk into the door, so that way they can find everybody, considering there's so many vendors. But Lover's Lane, they sponsored a bunch of crazy women stuff. If you know what Lover's Lane is, then you have to Google. If you don't know what Lover's Lane is, you have to Google
it's adult stuff.
Adults things.
Yes.
But yeah, they gave us a full sponsorship. There are...
Now, where are they located? Out of Elgin? Is it the Lover's Lane in Elgin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Elgin. Yeah. Yep. So,
I'm not going to lie. I've been there before.
Okay, period. No, yeah, but the fact that they are sponsoring all the way out here, that was a big shout out to Tony. She helped out with that a lot. So, there's honestly such a big list of small sponsorships this year. So, I don't even remember all of them.
There's so many. You've had such a good influence on the community. People are signing up right after your show's over. I noticed last year, right? That's how it happened. Last year, as soon as Female Energy was over, the planning already started.
Facts. It was instant. Like, I was like, let's start.
You didn't even take 2 days off when you were already on the grind again.
I'm like, oh, y'all were asking about next year?
Yep, and everybody wanted to lock in their spot. And that goes to show
where the heck is this
how needed and popular this event has become and how much it has grown. Because I know every year you were kind of trying to do like a head count of how many people had come through. And we watched it, like first year, second year was several hundred people, and then it turned into thousands.
Thousands.
You have
last
thousands.
Year was 1,000. The year before was like 1,300.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Just to name a few, Calizas, she's doing her chamoy.
Laura, shout out to you, babe.
Period queen. She's doing a chamoy sample in the bags. Elisa Sparkling Gems.
Shout out Elisa.
She's giving out free lighters. There are a lot of stickers and business cards with coupons involved. But Pisces Moon Creations, she's including small jewelry and resin keychains.
I bought one of them last year.
I love her. Yes. She's so creative. I've always loved her stuff. She's just like so amazing. But yeah, all types of stuff, honestly.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see this. Every year I love either attending or being a part of it. Now, y'all, I'm too old to be doing the braid bar anymore. So I'm sorry, Christina, I can't braid your hair this year. If I could get a whole braid crew, I definitely would to help me. But these hands, they can only move so fast. I know I just posted a video the other day of me doing a time lapse of a braid. If I could really braid that fast. Man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
Getting the job done.
Yeah, I try. But I'm only one person.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give a shout out to all of my sponsors that I have here for Unscripted. So I'm going to start to wrap up our show now.
Okay.
But I want to thank Elisa Sparkling Gems. She's a part of your show.
Where the gunshot noises at.
She actually made the Unscripted mugs that I have here, and anything that I need that's unscripted, she can personalize things for you. I don't know if she's going to have stuff to personalize at your show. I know a lot of times when she does vendor, she has her machine, so she can, if you bring your logo and stuff like that, she's got you. She can personalize things Lisa, right there on the spot.
She is the plug when it comes to stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
And then I also want to give a shout out to Icon Studios, Podcast Studios for producing. Yash and Avi, y'all are my peeps. Yes. So I couldn't go without thanking them, because without them, Unscripted wouldn't be as great as it is. Yeah. And our new home, our new location, test site. So this, if people don't know this, this is where I first began. So I'm actually in my original podcast studio again. So I'm happy to be home.
Yes. It's a beautiful space.
I actually have been a part of Test Site for several years now, and it is a beautiful location. And if you have never been here before, it is an art gallery. It is offices. I know they have spaces available if you would like to rent for your business. So I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Eva, so much.
Thank you for having me.
Remember, August 6th, Female Energy Art Show. Please come, please attend, come and support all local female artists. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Good night.